Well, let's go back. If we're talking about the housing crisis and the downfall of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and the impact that it has had, as Senator McCain warned in 2005 when he co-sponsored reform legislation, that it will result in the taxpayers being on the hook, it will impact our financial institutions, it will hurt the economy as a whole. Let's go back. There was a Fannie Mae hearing. The year is 2004. Let's listen to the Republicans warning that all of these things would happen, and then we'll compare it, Speaker Pelosi, you who dare to accuse Republicans of being unpatriotic. Then we'll compare it to your Democratic friends, including your beloved Barney Frank and Chuck Schumer and others and Chris Dodd that helped cause this crisis, and you'll hear them in their own words. We'll start with the Republicans warning what will happen if we don't stop the downfall and the lack of accountability and regulatory oversight of Fannie Mae.
It is indeed a very troubling report, but it is a report of extraordinary importance, not only to those who wish to own a home, but as to the taxpayers of this country who would pay the cost of the cleanup of an enterprise failure. The analysis makes clear that more resources must be brought to bear to ensure the highest standards of conduct are not only required, but more importantly, they are actually met.
Fannie Mae understood the rules and simply chose not to follow them. That if Fannie Mae had followed the practices, there wouldn't have been a bonus that year. Terrain's $1.1 million bonus on a $526,000 salary. Jamie Gorelick, $779,000 bonus on a salary of $567,000.
Fannie Mae has manipulated, in my judgment, OFEO for years. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they play by their own rules, and I'm tempted to ask how many people in this room are in the payroll of Fannie Mae.
There is a very simple solution. Congress must create a new regulator with powers at least equal to those of other financial regulators, such as the OCC or the Federal Reserve.
Now, I know this takes time. I know it takes a little bit of brain power. I know you need to transcend the talking points, the Obama mania media that's going to be out there all day long playing Nancy Pelosi, attacking the Republicans. That was the Republicans' warning in 2004 what would happen, predicting with pinpoint unfortunate accuracy the downfall of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and its impact on financial institutions and our economy. Now, at those same hearings, the Democrats spoke up. You'll recognize many of their voices. In this, you'll hear people like Barney Frank, and you'll hear people like Chuck Schumer. Listen.
Mr. Chairman, we do not have a crisis at Freddie Mac, and in particular at Fannie Mae, under the outstanding leadership of Mr. Frank Raines.
There's been nothing that was indicated that's wrong, with Fannie Mae. Freddie Mac has come up on its own.
This hearing is about the political lynching of Franklin Raines.
You seem to be saying, well, these are areas which could raise safety and soundness problems. I don't see anything in your report that raises safety and soundness problems.
Under the outstanding leadership of Mr. Frank Raines, everything in the 1992 Act has worked just fine. In fact, the GSEs have exceeded their housing goals. What we need to do today is to focus on the regulator, and this must be done in a manner so as not to impede their affordable housing mission. A mission that has seen innovation flourish from desktop underwriting to 100% loans.
But I have seen nothing in here that suggests that the safety and soundness are an issue, and I think it serves us badly to raise safety and soundness as a kind of a general shibboleth when it does not seem to me to be an issue.
It doesn't seem to be an issue at all. But as a matter of fact, Republicans, now compare that, they're in the middle of the press conference now, and all the predictable, hardcore, left-wing radicals of the Democratic Party. Now it's Rahm Emanuel. Before that it was Barney Frank, and before that it was Nancy Pelosi. Now Nancy Pelosi makes this partisan speech on the floor of the House today. She didn't need Republicans to pass this bill. She wanted it passed. All she needed to do was get her Democratic colleagues to support it, and many of them did not either. But Republicans are unpatriotic.
I'm glad that the Republicans have finally come to the table. I thought it was very unpatriotic of them not to show up.
Not to show up. No.